Okay, I think final two.
Okay.
And then we'll get into...
See, we couldn't even get to the 20th.
No, I know. We'll have to eBay the
yeah,
rest.
Exactly.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you very much. Internship.
Internship. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think you could probably talk about that, because during the London Screenwriters Festival,
Sure.
you hired countless 17-year-old
I mean,
interns.
Chris right now is an intern, you know, and he's been given the opportunity to vision mix a live TV show with about 30 seconds training.
And might I say, Chris, you're doing a super job.
He is, isn't he?
Yes. Just don't shoot the back of my head. That's all. Let's just cover that. Thank you.
It's that ball patch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had quite a few interns at the festival. A lot of them came from Bournemouth University, and they were fantastic and went on their own personal journeys. Some of them more so than others in terms of, you know, from the young person who came to us and the young person that left being a different person. I think it's really quite important to be around other people who are doing at a professional level the thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
And also to do the stuff. You know, we all want to do the fun stuff, like we all want to direct, we all want to write, but at some point you have to acknowledge that there's other stuff around the machine that other people have to do, and to be present to do that stuff is quite humbling, and it gives you a fresh perspective on the very thing that you want to do, so that you don't ever squander that special time you have to yourself to be the writer, to be the director, to push through. So I think internship is a very important aspect of the film business, and I know it's been abused in the past by, you know, some unscrupulous companies, but from my perspective I just think it's fantastic, and I would like to see more of it at a very, very high level, and I know that the big companies in the film industry do a fabulous job at doing that. So, you know, where else can you get access to go and say work for Working Title for 2 weeks, or you know, Fragile Films here at Ealing Studios, and actually have that access and that experience?
Yeah, and who knows what it could turn into as well.
Yeah.
I mean, likewise, you know, on the last 2 films I shot, we always take on a number of runners, unpaid runners, you know, people that just want to get work experience. And we take on people in every department, in makeup, costume, you know, on set. And I think that, you know, running or being a PA, set PA, is another fantastic way to see how the machine works as a whole. And even if you're as a scriptwriter, to see how things evolve from the written page to actually when it comes time to shoot it. Or if you're interested in the editing process, to see how it evolves in the edit, you know, and they say a film is written 3 times: when you write it, when you shoot it, and when you cut it. So that's another brilliant way to check out the machinery.
Okay, final question. Who's gonna pick this one? Me or you?
Okay. You go and we'll comment on it together.
There we go. So final question is persistence.
Oh, persistence. Well, that's probably a good one to end on, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Fantastic.
We were talking about taking action and not giving up. You know, and the second you do not... You know, I bought a lottery ticket last week for the Euro Millions, the 32 million jackpot. Guess what?
What?
I won £6. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Got to be in it to win it.
You've got to be in it to win it. You've got to buy if you want to win the lottery, you have to buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people forget that.
They do.
And we're not talking obviously about the lottery, but you know, if you want to be a screenwriter, you've got to write scripts. If you want to be a director, you've got to make some films.
Correct, correct. And you know, I've said this in some of the panels, is that, you know, I even after shooting a film with Tony Collette and Richard E. Grant, you know, these kind of major stars, I still myself personally fell into this chasm where I thought, I'm never going to work again, you know, and that kind of feeling motivates me to be more creative, and that's what motivates me to create something else. And again, don't wait for the world to come to you, even if you've kind of had a success, you know, like you had a great success with Gone Fishing. You know, you have to continually generate work and take action so that your destiny is in your hands and not someone else's.
I think, you know, what persistence also alludes to is something that we talked about in our success seminar, which is really, at the end of the day, and again, you said it here, it's action. Action is really smart action, where you take action. If you make mistakes, you learn from those mistakes, and you make friends, and you expand your network, and you keep taking action. And if you just keep doing that and persisting and go on the marathon, and you know the trick to the marathon it's not rocket science, you just put one foot in front of the other. Nobody ever said you have to run the marathon in 4 hours. You can run it in 4 weeks if you want.
Correct.
You can take your time, but you just have to keep going.
Absolutely. And like we said before, you keep going in the face of disaster and rejection and false hope, and whatever it may be, you continually take action.
Fantastic. So I guess we'll keep these cards for the very next time we get you on for a further 50 ways
yes.
into the business.